of the empty trash. Some sever passages, others slip through cracks. Lost in relapse, rattled by the rush. Catch breath, slept like memory on mush. Stolen faces still bleed fame. Catch fate with no names. Change brains, we're all in the same game. I fence imprints of the sun and its pigments. Screenplay cast calls captured in canvas. Colors on bandage, segregation and bandless. Shuffle the last lines, leak it out to the masses. I'm unkept like winter, uneventful. Melding mind of passive agitation. Mark these words like punctuated curves. We serve sanction, escalated perv. Still life unseen by most. We burn paper, ash, interlope.
Bubble up from grassroots, dashboard to backslash. We feel the cup, shoot the breeze like flash. Still mode, press pause when life moves too fast. Slim collect shadow like paper burn ash. Bubble up from grassroots, dashboard to backslash. We feel the cup, shoot the breeze like flash. Still mode, press pause when life moves too fast. Slim collect shadow like paper burn ash.
Picture perfect, even when colors flash by design. I crawl red ant hills next to mountains you climb. Cool, calm and collected, connected like spine. This Milky Way has never been a friend of mine. I'm a ripple in over flooded ponds of procrastination. Less dense than water, so I float on hesitation. Please don't rock my border posts, gaps and abrasions. Seeds grow up only to know glimpses of what has been. What happened? Well, there's not much to tell. Move when I had to move, got up when I fell. We are simple machines, we only think, taste and smell. The future's so bright, but all we do is yell. Nauseously, cautiously, we shake states of matter. Viciously moving, hungry to areas of low pressure. Burn is deep, the paper weaves, turns up forever. Blades run electric sheep away from the laughter.
Bubble up from grassroots, dashboard to backslash. We feel the cup, shoot the breeze like flash. Still mode, press pause when life moves too fast. Slim collect shadow like paper burn ash. Bubble up from grassroots, dashboard to backslash. We feel the cup, shoot the breeze like flash. Still mode, press pause when life moves too fast. Slim collect shadow like paper burn ash.
Show me a vision without yoga positions. I ain't asking you to conjure a witch doctor spiritual, cause every day I wake up I consider that a miracle. No ritual involved, learn to give love unconditional. Accept the fact that everyone in Christian type traditionals, from Islam to Wiccan, Catholic to Buddhist, Protestant to Hare Krishna, Karbala, Jehovah's Witness. Every single one of them talks about a character who sacrificed their life to live a life without the glamour. Just because you can't see him, wanna question his existence. Find the evidence in everyday things to feel his presence. Not all things are represented in physical form. They can assume solid liquid or a spiritual force. And yes, of course, ain't that like describing what love looks like? Impossible, cause love is blind and don't know what it looks like. If it's light as a feather, then it's stiff as a board. Heaven's gate, here we come, everybody all aboard. If it's light as a feather, then it's stiff as a board. Bloody Mary calling out your name, looking for help to shore. If it's light as a feather, then it's stiff as a board. Heaven's gate, here we come, everybody all aboard, all aboard. Burial grounds to Islamic rugs on your floor. Meditation to escape, let your heart and soul explore. Black sweaters and Nikes ain't a ticket to the promised land. I'm seated at the right hand, each dropping on the other hand. To tell you perpetrating apostles who preach the gospel. You hypocritical, driving decisions after the bottle. Not the grape juice you manifested in the holy wine, but the one from your corner store for $9.99. I respect yours, so it's right that you respect mine. Let's do like Buddha do and enlighten each other's mind. What's the goal of it all? Live life and live true. Doesn't matter if my brother's Islamic or Hindu, we all believe in something. Some call it the Most High, not the ones who write my horoscope in the column of lies. I'm dropping the dime on wannabe third eyes. Who are you to define me by my astrological sign? If it's light as a feather, then it's stiff as a board. Heaven's gate, here we come, everybody all aboard. If it's light as a feather, then it's stiff as a board. Bloody Mary calling out your name, looking for help to shore. If it's light as a feather, then it's stiff as a board. Heaven's gate, here we come, everybody all aboard. If it's light as a feather, then it's stiff as a board. Heaven's gate, here we come, everybody all aboard. If it's light as a feather, then it's stiff as a board. If it's light as a feather, then it's stiff as a board. If it's light as a feather, then it's stiff as a board. If it's light as a feather, if it's light as a feather. slightest offender. Yes.
When dealing with D-Evil, you got to be crafty. He appears to be your friend and pretends to be classy. He's nothing of the kind, more like dirtbag trashy. Sick, nasty motherfucker that'll steer you wrong vastly. I last seen him sitting on a cemetery wall. He stared me dead in the eye, curled his finger as the call. I tried my best to avoid him. I didn't want to get involved. He wasn't hearing it.
You name it, son, you can have it all.
I was appalled, I was thrilled, I was filled with greed.
Here's a city making women feel free to breathe. Have this key to the vault and take more than you need. It's all yours for the keeping if you do one deed.
I had to think for a second, cause the picture felt great. Second thought, can I really trust the word of a snake? Said I made a mistake, sorry I have to decline. Flash my crucifix, I ran fast, no looking behind. When it's silent and the devil talks, how do you respond? Do you stay and play along, or do you leave it wander on? He may leave you with some serious thoughts to ponder on. There's no escape because the game the devil plays goes on and on. When it's silent and the devil talks, how do you respond? Do you stay and play along, or do you leave it wander on? He may leave you with some serious thoughts to ponder on. There's no escape because the game the devil plays goes on and on.
I seen the devil posted up on the top of an obelisk. He offered me the world on a platter, no consequence. Had to walk away, knowing it's a bluff, nothing sacred. Horns, tails, swearing this was Satan. Easier to give in with a reason for the treason. I seen his knees weaken when I mobbed off, his power's irrelevant. Offers dormant, chopped off, spoke of the cloth. Flames in the furnace, worthless purposes of foot soldiers worshiping behind him on the sidewalk, glittered with souls. Got a fireproof warehouse full of contracts dealt to the zombies. Got lives to dispose on hold. He took me to a graveyard, showed me my future tombstone, said here lies a great man to change the globe. I told him go to hell, he said I'm already there. It's well known, casket closed.
When it's silent and the devil talks, how do you respond? Do you stay and play along, or do you leave it wander on? He may leave you with some serious thoughts to ponder on. There's no escape because the game the devil plays goes on and on. When it's silent and the devil talks, how do you respond? Do you stay and play along, or do you leave it wander on? He may leave you with some serious thoughts to ponder on. There's no escape because the game the devil plays goes on and on.
I met the devil, the man, the myth, one night in Los Angeles. He asked if I believed in Christ of Nazareth. I told him, why do you ask? He laughed and grabbed at his beard, pulled out a case with $1 million and cash in it. I stuck my hand in it, shifted around the bundles and asked him, what's the catch to this? I feel disgruntled by the bafflement. He said,
Don't be troubled or panicking. You're the perfect candidate, and I'd like to make you my advocate. You can have anything in the world that you want to imagine, it's yours.
I said, I'm sorry, I got a life and I just can't abandon it. He responds,
You call it a life shit. You a cannabis addict, lack of procrastinator, with your ass is a masturbator. I'm giving your final offer the law that I asked you later.
I tell him it sounds tempting, but I need to think about it. I smirked and I let him have it. I shouted out loud, I don't believe in you either. And then he vanished.
When it's silent and the devil talks, how do you respond? Do you stay and play along, or do you leave it wander on? He may leave you with some serious thoughts to ponder on. There's no escape because the game the devil plays goes on and on. When it's silent and the devil talks, how do you respond? Do you stay and play along, or do you leave it wander on? He may leave you with some serious thoughts to ponder on. There's no escape because the game the devil plays goes on and on.
Yes, this goes out to all you devils out there trying to manipulate souls. This is the motherfucking Acid Rain crew. Black Laboratory, taking fools to school. Graves, Gajah beyond, LA to Seattle connection. Look out for the two-headed dragon.
I'll take it so for eternity. And if you say you don't believe, well here I am, so come with me. Some people like to call me Lucifer, Beelzebub, or oh fuck it, I can't sing, just go to hell.
We did it like that, and now we do it like this. We did it like that, and now we do it like this. We did it like that, and now we do it like this. We did it like that, and now we do it like this.
I stated what you lack is common sense, and you should've known better when you dug it bottomless. rest. Now your hole's getting bigger, but you seem to figure, fuck it. You're closer to the bottom than the top before you dug it. Digging like some records, probably why I thought you smarter. But I should've known better, now our jobs have gotten harder. My turn like my album freshly burnt, and the needle running clean. What my words finally you learn. The skill demonstrated take more than desire. Not to mention the reality checks and more desire. You still don't get it, boys that run shows. They can do whatever they want. If you don't try, then you won't come close. You either do or don't, no in between or indecision. Earthworm rhymes delivered with precision.
See like discretion is advised. Can it all be so simple when you're missing all the signs? Too heavy to climb from the pressure built inside, so you settle for the blinds pulled over your eyes. You see, Clockwize sets high. Lord of the flies, immortalized my timeline, set fire to the ties, connecting me to foes of an unusual size. Quick on the fly to get rid of the flies. Against the grain I make weight, spin metal plates, pile drive these no names and sharpen my blade. Move forward and employ B-boy, android, fill the void, keep my poise in this disastrous world I try so hard to enjoy. Broadcast loud like the thunder of a hovercraft, a culture clash, past the present gift I share and telegraph. Through this microphone I walk this earth, earthworms and circle jerks steer the wheel to the hearse.
Whether or not I'm given a chance, I must advance. No longer waiting for opportunity to come knocking on my door. These options that are given are limited. Really don't have a choice, sorta like I'm forced. Either you do or you don't. No time to find a solution. Won't even bother hearing what I have to offer. I'll take what I can get, but best believe I'll be back for the rest. So taking my respect. I am the way I am. I don't expect you to accept this. You just need to understand. See, who's to say what decisions I must make? The truth is I make mistakes, and at times it takes 2 tries to get one thing right. But most of the time I'm not satisfied, and no, I don't mean with my life. Just certain situations in which I'm forced to compromise. I abide by no rules, refuse to do it your way. I do it my way, cruising on the highway.
Used to break in, trying to collect on debts yet to be created into existence. History repeats progression. History repeats itself and slavery falls in this line of succession. That's why well-checked aggressions can reshape dimensions, recreate the senses, and ultimately alleviate a need for consensus. Frustrations may rent us for mere seconds, yet they don't hold the deed. And you can find the whole of me in Lecture 2 of my philosophy. Number 1 was poetry, yeah, you know it's me. Breaking the molds and shaping the keys, tearing strange shaped keyhole openings. I've broken freedom, I'm floating in the most peculiar way. And I must say, the stars out look very different today. For here I am, floating in a tin can as often as I can, man. And I'm so foregone, I'm losing signal in my communicator wristband. And the last words to echo through my head, believe me, said if memory serves me wrong, this is ground control to Major Tom. Your circuit's dead and there seems to be something wrong. Something wrong, something wrong, something wrong, something wrong, something definite, something wrong. Something just ain't right, something is askew, something just don't compute. So everything is everything. What you think is what you bring to your reality. Can you decipher which is actuality, which is dream? Everything is everything. What you think is what you bring to your reality. Can you decipher which is actuality, which is dream? Everything is everything. What you think is what you bring to your reality. Can you decipher which is actuality, which is dream? Everything is everything. What you think is what you bring to your reality. Can you decipher which is actuality, which is dream?
I'm a sound effect affecting measures, bars and timelines. Guide a roller coaster ride in an open road hitchhike. Invite the moonlight tribe. Watch shooting stars die. Sing tryhards, not act smart, ending up on the opposite side. Out of rhythm, out of place. Walk with the limp on a thin line. Drunken style shape, always an uphill climb. Self-sufficient, and for the win, pry open the fetus lid. Implant a microchip, non-federal institution. Oratorical foreign skin, luminous origin. Battling pathogens, grappling the kind that condescend. Before fault lines and plans purge through the ballpoint pen. Scavenger rights owed. You see Big Bank takes little bank, what's mine rightfully so. Stick to facts, continue to blast and manufacture gold. You know, you reap what you sow, so act like you know. Rail the tracks with force and mass moving souls. You know, you reap what you sow, so act right. Everything is everything.
What you think is what you bring to your reality. Can you decipher which is actuality, which is dream?
Everything is everything.
What you think is what you bring to your reality. Can you decipher which is actuality, which is dream?
Everything is everything.
What you think is what you bring to your reality. Can you decipher which is actuality, which is dream?
Everything is everything.
What you think is what you bring to your reality. Can you decipher which is actuality, which is dream?
Sitting back, watching from backstage.
Yeah.
Welcome to Fontana.
Live from Fontucky, the unlucky, where older tweaker ladies look like the bride of Chucky. Standing out waiting for the food of Miguel's, barefoot in shorts and a dirty beater, and it's windy as hell. Knock out purses on purpose, writing on churches. I rock the Nod Center, but I never rock the Sturgis. I used to work across the street from Mike, my Strictly Burgers. Next door to the donut shop, met TC, Brand B, and GT. When I cut at that spot, find us at Alberto's, Baker's, Charlie's, Delia's, El Burrito, El Torito. Bullwinkles, Farmer Boys, you can tell the needles. Got the Santa Ana River in his liver, how he flows it. Snagical, ass radical. I hail from the META's capital. Ass after dark, who sparked if not co-spark cats who came after us, who stand apart and still respect the art and make them mad at us. So close to legendary, but in these past years we all been so high you don't remember me, do you? By now my facial hair should bring you deja vu. Hundreds of beautiful drum types on 3 ugly casts on mics. I don't know how this came to me, so I just kept writing. The DJ from MCs who said I sound better than they did rhyming. When Punky Brewster first came on, I had a chubby thinking the songs. I was young, dumb, and sprung up with my teachers wrong. Loving every record my cousin Carlos put on when my grandma used to watch. I remember Gajah used to play me lottie-dottie, couldn't make me a copy. Jota would've beat my ass. This kid Jason used to rhyme and Billy used to beatbox it in class. Either way y'all heard it, meaning it was a calling. It was my purpose, I studied and observed it. It didn't touch a microphone till I deserved it. Live from Victimville, feels like I'm sitting still. The harder we push, the harder it is getting down the hill. I'd rather be missing out than missing in action. If I never drop another album, they'll never stop asking what happened. And it's genuine like Miller's drafting me to be the new drunken Bud Light and team captain. The needle was an accident, or was it? Because nothing happens for no reason now does it? And it sounds like some shit no one can do again. The old man's back batches, with a bag of monkey wrenches like houlihan patches. It's time we grind our own stage access. On somehow you like me now without the MOD glasses.
San Bernardino, you have been a wonderful audience. My name is Snagneto. Thank you.
Good old America. Yo, fuck America. I tangle with star spangle angles, mangle your rights, tangled in stripes. I'll flank on the left while you flank on the right. Piss on your red, blue, and your white. Starlight, I'm blowing up like cars parked right outside your embassy, endlessly menacing. Socially distorted, pre-recorded, unimportant, orbit, the morbid corporate spell. What the hell? That shit's not really a shower, it's a sun rising. Wake up in the morning, rub my eyes and get my stretch on. Jumping my ride and gas up at double cross. Exxon, fuel injection, main ingredients, greediness and Techron. Never put my neck on the line for your stupidity. Should've known your words really had no validity. Regenerate, engage, violently obstruct, lose results, rated tempo, invidious overseer. Less or recipients, regenerate, engage. Violently obstruct, lose results, rated tempo, regenerate, engage. Radical elements vested, organized, lost unconscious tenants. Insipid, obvious neglections, rejected elections. Voice of liberated, unaffiliated to infections. Online nemesis, rechargeable energies, vigorous, offensive landslides. Unmounted thoughts, intensified onslaughts. Nihilistic resistance emerging viably. Orchestrate lacerations upon tyrannical imaginations. Obfuscating naturalization. Religious enslavements visibly obliterate. Lucrative urgencies, testaments infatuate. Oppressive, negotiate, recessive, emotionless. Ventilate, obsessive, lustful uncertainties. Theoretical impurities ovulating. Nurture revolution, yes, nurture revolution. Nurture revolution, yes, nurture revolution. Nurture revolution, man, nurture revolution. Nurture revolution, yes, nurture revolution.
If we wish to change our realities, we must change our beliefs in relation to reality, irrespective of whether or not they are based on fact or fiction.
I've been hated out by many, never complained about it. If you truly listen, you will agree that I'm underrated, talented, indubitably. I'm a well-proven MC, pursue with the dream. No other can spit as fluid as me. I don't mean to sound cocky, I'm just keeping it real. This is confident, true talk. I only speak what I feel from the bottom of my heart to the top of the dome. Give me the microphone and any night at the spot will be blown. Locked up a zone, you're mesmerized by the way I display my skills. I've been at it a long time, and they still don't pay the bills. But no matter how long it takes, the moral of the story is poverty taught me well. The struggle was good for me. I learned growing up as a child of poverty that it doesn't take money to be a prodigy. It doesn't take money to be a prodigy. I learned growing up as a child of poverty that it doesn't take money to be a prodigy. No, but don't, no, but don't, no, but don't. I learned growing up as a child of poverty that it doesn't take money to be a prodigy. I've devoted half of my life to this craft. In high school, I skipped class to master the art of rap and spit math. Got it down to a science and built to history, but I stunk in economics and flunked consistently. Still I made it and graduated a natural hip-hop whiz. Took time to study rhyming, but never could learn the biz. But I had a line to the mic as I grab it and rock it proper with a mind full of wisdom, a pocket full of copper. It's hard to get it cracking with no financial backing or resources to tap into. That's what I'm lacking. The marketing team to put a spark in the dream and make it happen. If I spent my days promoted, I wouldn't have time for rapping or making music my passion. I ran to my family freak. I gladly received the gift that my dad handed to me. I'll be damned if I don't succeed in college or oddity, but instead I take my chances as poverty's prodigy. I learned growing up as a child of poverty that it doesn't take money to be a prodigy. It doesn't take money to be a prodigy. I learned growing up as a child of poverty that it doesn't take money to be a prodigy. No, but don't, no, but don't, no, but don't. Play this game, so I'll put it in all or nothing. I'm sure you can tell by the tone of my voice that I ain't bluffing. It's do or die, the ultimate risk I have to take, cause I got both my life and the line and future at stake. It ain't no piece of cake trying to make your ends meet to remain friends at least till the end of the next week, cause they tend to fight and quarrel a lot. They stay spent and become arch enemies before they can make rent. I'm bent, stuck in a rut, but instead of looking for something to cluck or grabbing a gun, robbing and running amok, I take a breath and I vent, then I invent and construct and invest my 2 cents trying to make me an honest buck. I learned growing up as a child of poverty that it doesn't take money to be a prodigy. It doesn't take money to be a prodigy. I learned growing up as a child of poverty that it doesn't take money to be a prodigy. No, but don't, no, but don't, no, but don't.
Gotta find it, even if it's not there. Spare me the numerous humorous bickering that tamper luminous actions flicker the sin, depicting deep within correlations between hope, venom, and a Scorpio that tailspin. Now where we go, spiral Michael Vick pass into the arms of the hourglass, who runs fast and spills each detailed grain of benevolence audibly in the deep. Stand by the tracks, wait for the train to let out my feelings. Said that so much, it's lost all its meaning. What is invisible on the surface is basically forgotten dream. One carved funeral and broken resolutions. So pack the windpipe, a verbal's piece of an unsung song. We still press on even though it's all wrong, consumed by their own beliefs. Released, retrieve our hopes and left deceased. Now kaleidoscope on this modern day world. Don't mean to step on toes, but this emotional impulses false, throws me off center and halts at the fork of the road. Lo and behold, I choose to walk straight at Mach 8. Facilitate my hopes to conquer negatives called the nothing. People come and go, walk by, and I still write about the rapid pace of change that requires our immediate intervention. It's apparent rather than real. My daily meals feeding off what eats me alive, followed by a pill of guides allowing me to stay awake. Awaits the balance of circumstance and leaves a lasting trace and print on the face. Baits a shell in the ocean, I'll make a living off it. The CD playing while in my coffin, already cremated figuratively. Every time I leave, I lose everything.
Is there an undercurrent theme that runs through all your music? That's a certain theme that you would say identifies all your music?
I say it was more than one.
Yeah, what time is it?
I say it was romance, mystery, power, sheer sex.
Doing a rap, going out to the people.
Talking what you ought to do, idiot, I'll slaughter you. First and foremost, even your girls, all I brought was me. Now, life will keep existing, just remove the whack, remix it if you please. If you're not here to be an MC, I'm not here to talk on my other end. I say that for Ace Ventura. Reassure you won't kiss ass like Lieutenant the Herbert. Don't throw this cut away just cause I don't say yeah. Me in the style of free bitch out the mark, L-U-V it. Never fail from email to braille if you can. Rappers are mad at me, I turn legend to party to tragedies. Now stop making up all these fees you raking up. You know why the crowd is waking up? You need to pass the MI. Now some say ho, some say no, some say who you wanna be trying, but these heads know that you lying. Now don't fuck with me, Parenda, cough lost in the luxuries. You going to get caught up with the capitals. Which I concentrated so hard on, and that goes for my rhyme. Which I concentrated so hard on, and that goes for my rhyme. Which I concentrated so hard on, and that goes for my rhyme. Which I concentrated so hard on.
Sheer sex.
Yeah, what time is it?
I was out the door, changed the subject. I was looking for orange juice and some vitamins. Plus I had no food at all, so check it, what did I? On the right side of the street in big ass letters KF. So I went to grub, I was bumping dubs. Pay your dues when the cruise windows are down, cause I got no A. Put up to the drive-thru when she said, what will it be? I was like, let's see. I think I'll have the combo 3. Got my food, then got my change, got OUT. She forgot my side order, that's something I didn't see. Got home, I ate my food and got blown. Barely could do my gang stars, then well pink outside. Which I concentrated so hard on, and that goes for my rhyme. Which I concentrated so hard on, and that goes for my rhyme. Which I concentrated so hard on, and that goes for my rhyme. Which I concentrated so hard on.
Doing a rap.
People always talk and only believe what they never take the time to look at what they're doing, just let it be. Now me, I stand out. They hand out some change for a change. They out of range like homie in the background singing. Leave it to me, I'ma have my shit at AM. Beats with true crowds, ain't no such thing as too loud. Some rhymes even making me sick, leaving me sick. I think Dick Dietrich is realer than you dorks. A lot of them boo-hoo, I'll boo you and you swap me foo-boo. I go nuts for these beats like my name was Juju. I'm drinking pep till I get epilepsy. Puffing on some sin from an empty in room.
Yo, big shit, that's for you. That's for you, shit.
I can't even talk. Yeah, I know, they don't need to hear you talk. It's not so much talking, it's just rapping, really. You go up there, you rap.
I was just wondering, does this mean the popularity of the group is waning?
Oh, no, not at all. I just think that that their appeal is becoming more selective.
Fallen skies pouring, eyes of the horizons crying, sign out in mourning, open wide without warning, disguised as the doorman, a gatekeeper of sorts. You never know what's lying dormant, a highly corrosive pulse and tightened arteries open and hiding, kinda hard to see yet, slowly eroding circuits, an amalgamation of ailments, palpitations set in motion beneath chest plates, guide your ride into convulsions, out in the open, soaking in the rusty rain, playing notes of this old tune as it falls upon your window's panes, upon the fields and plains of the field robots, out there looking lame, lost in the distance moving, soft, slowly inching, making its way into their moving parts. For when their movie starts, their every movement sparks smells of fumes of exhaust, of removed shoes and socks, bunch of rusty tin men, backs locked, hatchets half cocked.
Blink if you want, but I suggest that you don't. Blink if you want, but I suggest that you don't. Blink if you want, but I suggest that you don't. Blink if you want, but I suggest that you don't.
As
As the clock is ticking, sand keeps slipping through the hourglass. Downward spiral, how the hours pass, can't grasp reality. My mentality questions morality. Society urges me to seek psychiatry. I was offended how most recommended to be diagnosed. A dose of gross medication intended for my salvation. An altered mind lost in translation. Refusing to be silent, society chooses the science, secluding the ill into asylums. Afraid of the unknown, though more than one has flown over this cuckoo's nest, attempting to escape this predetermined fate. Break the chains, causing a chain reaction for the purpose of change. They say the mind is a wicked thing, producing unimaginable schemes. Some people lose themselves in a dream, addicted to the possibilities and not reality. Society's casualty. Exile from civilization, held captive as a mental patient, fighting the temptation to release my frustration, wishing damnation upon this damnation. A victim of my own existence, resistance against all opposition.
You blink if you want, but I suggest that you don't. You blink if you want, but I suggest that you don't. You blink if you want, but I suggest that you don't. But I suggest that
the sky is falling, early morning calling. The crumb in my eyes disrupts how I'm walking. Dawn of black hearts, pounding and pop locking. Too many pop shots falling off, not solving. A battle for supremacy, attack of the clones. Cement overflow, no one cares for growth. Give them the green, it all comes and goes. Pay close attention, keep your eyes on the road. What's in front of you, everything to lose. Pushes you to loop, clock in and be used. Fade away, then drop with no parachute. Be conscious of nonsense, reform the context into verbal public bomb threats. Audible option, conglomerate mosh pits. Rhyming reason, no contest. Go ahead, I insist, take the risk. If you wish, I'll admit I'm a brick off the wall of a long lost resistance.
you blink if you want, but I suggest that you don't. You blink if you want, but I suggest that you don't. You blink if you want, but I suggest that you don't. You blink if you want, but I suggest that you don't.
Fine poetry is the music of mathematics, numbers, singing. You have to look behind the words to understand their meaning.
These trials of life are trial of fire, spread through the night like wild desire. The skies perspire when the heavens catch fire. Smoke clouds, greenhouse, making our strays dire. Choir of angels and a murder of crows work themselves into a fervor over dangling souls. Each one playing the role, lying and waiting below and preying on those who've strayed away from the road. There is no God in the sky with his watchful evil eye. No devil that resides in the center of the earth's inside. No heaven nor hell, no answers to the reasons why. There was only good and evil until the seasons die. See those inner demons fly and retreating to the sky after taking a beating at this meeting of the mind. It's the season of the fire. The fire started in your mind and spread through the rest of your soul. So begins the slow climb back to the scene of the crime, the kingdom in the shrine. Back to teach him this is really the season of the freeing of the mind.
Roll up a loose leaf, audition my gift. There's a fury in the movement of my tongue and lips, down to my penmanship. I trigger bad intentions intended. Who you trying to kid? Took some time off to refresh and relive. Pleasure before business at my rate of interest. I rate with Christians, bankers mixed with Catholic divisions, who design the kind of life I'm going to live when things only get worse. And you can't ignore the double cross state in church origin where evil lurks. Sent to be master of my nucleus, God and sea. Producer of catastrophe, assault and battery. Consumer of calories, a heavyweight in the game. Like meth, we bring the pain from this vantage point. It's our pleasure to anoint. We bring it all together with swift moves of the ballpoint.
See, I'm gonna use that ballpoint to light the edges of heaven on fire. Burn it down.
Some burn heaven.
See, this is heaven's arsonist right here.
Fuck it, burn Atlantis.
Already swell.
I keep heat
close like hitmen, and all enemies are victims. Indiscriminate hate system, wordmonger, make war stronger like I hate the system. Make haste before they make the great division. Escape the states, but take tape to make provision. Create space like space takes permission. Break chains and gates like the chains of hate that keep our brains engaged. It's in our brains to hate, but love and hate eat from the same plate like they came to date. Amazing grace is the same as rape, and it's amazing their face is the same as apes. A blameless shape in the case of a face-to-face. May your days be chased or lay your place to waste. I'm from place to place like a major case of fury, anger, and angst. In danger of collapse like American banks. I'm arrogant, thanks. It's fate of my apparent attract to carrying the track like I'm wearing a tank. Fully equipped to bully your trip, cause the woolly exists. Hearing the cranks heading for the clearing before my vision goes blank.
I like to sit and chill, express how I feel, grab the mic and spill everyday thoughts running through my head. And if I can't spin the wheel and recite my appeal to the minds I steal, then I might as well be dead. Check the check, test after test. On borrowed time we're competitive to see who looks the best. We sit and point the finger for our own pathetic press. And who else is there to blame but us brainwashed pets? We're the target for the practice, so be my guest. I got an eye on you like CBS, cause YouTube your life away, so I anticipate what's next. Reevaluate my position and never half-step. Like each moon phase, so-called land of the brave, the secret best kept. I reverse change to a solid state and crucify the human race. Mental case on a hostile takeover, move over, crop circles, chaos out of order.
Chaos out of order, not the other way around. 720 MCs, way out sound. Crop circles, echoes of oratory, swellians, and we're all out of order.
I've got a split personality that depends on how I'm feeling. My world revolves around the influence of angels and demons. A split personality that depends on how I'm feeling. My world revolves around the influence of angels and demons. Golden halos in a pitchfork, my weapons when I'm stepping through the door. Don't know what to expect, but I'm ready to explore. From heaven to the ocean floor, in hopes to find a silver harp that plays a tune and makes the average man's heart stop. Starstruck with the pluck of its strings. Lucky for me that I deflect them from the UV rays that burn lessons on the flesh of your skin. And I wish that negativity would come to an end, cause it's my turn to learn on my own. The voices in my head are wise and keep me in the zone. Deep with your throw, needed to pass go. Danger if you don't, souls bleed into the snow. Covers up the surface, leaves us nowhere to go. Harder when all alone, not a single person at home. Looking for the campfire smoke for some guidance. You can lead a horse to water, now go find it on your own. I've got a split personality that depends on how I'm feeling. My world revolves around the influence of angels and demons. A split personality that depends on how I'm feeling. My world revolves around the influence of angels and demons. Yo, in search for the temples to verify credentials. The rumors have potential, but it all could be a lie. So I try to validate information provided. Not a psychic, only do it cause they love to blindside these cats on the Oregon Trail. But they fail to realize that the dog keeps chasing its tail. And I'm tired of all this waiting, debating if you'll be true. So little my faith in you. I love you, but also hate you. And the promises you make are the promises that you break. Did you forget what was in stake? I thought that we could relate. Wake the fuck up, we only in the middle of the day. The sun isn't strong enough to wither you away, but you let it dry to well up, we got nothing to drink. My head dizzy, bending over, sipping water from the sink. Let it sink, let it sink, let it sink below the ground. Turn your head and let it go, nobody else is around. I've got a split personality that depends on how I'm feeling. My world revolves around the influence of angels and demons. A split personality that depends on how I'm feeling. My world revolves around the influence of angels and demons. A split personality. A split personality. I've got a split personality that depends on how I'm feeling. My world revolves around the influence of angels and demons.
What if there has been the moments that never happen, the things you're not to mention when the air is still? The what if there has been the moments that never happen, dimension when the air is still. So you could have lived it better last summer, next winter, painted like invisible scars you must remember. Sweet and sour, nice and bitter. I stand far behind aging skin that's built my nest. Lay down dust on the carpets hanging in my chest. I've watched most stray away from what they know best. The madman world is playing rush hour, no time to rest. You can watch the clock forever, but it won't turn back. You could be asked to leave here right when you unpack. It's impossible to breathe near the point of attack. All the silver lining disappears upon contact. A contract killer has rented space in your mind. That's why every corner appears just as blind. Busy trying to remake feelings long left behind. Right here, there's no fast forward and there's no rewind. I'm the what if that has been, the moments that never happen, the things you're not to mention when the air is still. The what if that has been, the moments that never happen, the things you're not to mention when the air is still. Into your life. Normal is undefined, stuck with infinite head cases. We're all falling apart, we all need body braces. We can't find who we are in these familiar places. A shooting star that always remains shapeless. This is a hidden chatterbox that's stored away. The strongest poison to clutter day after day. Rest assured we're all washed up on the shore, all astray. You are not how I see you, I am not what I say.